Oops. Howdy, howdy, what's going on? We're back with another episode of our impromptu KSP playthrough, where you're just joining in on my current game, and I'm gonna play KSP so I don't have to do it by myself, you know? Feel like I'm talking to somebody even if nobody's watching, but we're going to load our last game. It is Learning for YouTube. This is actually the game where I am supposed to be slightly ahead of the YouTube series that I had started, but didn't get very far into, so I got tired of doing it. But we'll start that back. We got a couple likes on our last two streams, and that's reason enough for me to start. So, we've recently completed a Minmus mission where we flew to Minmus, that is Kerbin's second moon, the furthest one away. A little bit easier to get to Minmus, but it does require a couple extra steps. But this time we're going to the Mun, that is the moon stand-in. And we're going to be building a whole new craft. Yay! I would actually, I really don't hate the craft that we already had, so this is what we're gonna do. Going to load up our sub-assemblies. I'm gonna pull up our latest iteration of our Minmus lander, and we're going to see if we can cram in some more experiments. We did unlock a few more things. Some of the most important things being this double C seismic whatever thingy. Real quick. Oh, I should probably turn that off too. My bad. Where is it? This one? Yes. Alright, perfect. So we've pulled up our most latest iteration of our Minmus lander, which we're going to repurpose for our Mun lander. And I'm just going to really quick pull up the YouTube studio so that way I can see if there's any chats. Otherwise I can't see, so let me do that real quick. There we go. I think that's all I need to do. Where are we at here? I thought it would show. I really thought it would show what's live right now on my channel, but it's not doing that. There we go. Alright, now we can read chats if we get any. So that's good. Anyway, back to this. So we need to see if we can add some science experiments. We have this seismic accelerometer. Log seismic data. I don't know if this is going to actually do anything. Okay. But we're gonna take it with us and see. So we'll put that there. We have the surface scanning module. We could actually put this on. I don't know anything about it though, so. Small module that includes soil, atmospheric, and oceanic sampling tools. When used while landed on a planet or moon, sample data gathered can be used to increase the accuracy of orbital survey scanners. Yeah, why not take it, right? It's really light, so we can just put it right there, and that'll be fine. Have an infrared telescope, which isn't going to do any good for us on this mission. But we do want to put that in orbit. We have the scanning arm, which is ginormous. I think we want this to be on the craft when it lands, touches down. Oops. So if that would fit, we could take it. Oops. Go away. Oh gosh. I can't get this gone. Alright, that's really annoying. Okay. It's gone now. Anyway, we can potentially put this. Okay. Ooh. That might not work. It clips a lot, so we won't take it. What is this? Okay. So we can take this. Whoa! Oh my. I don't know if we can take this. If it extends out that far, I don't know that that's gonna work. The survey scanner is much too big. I don't know much about this either. Orbital. So it needs to scan in orbit, it looks like. This thing could potentially go with us. Atmosphere analysis. Okay. Wow, so I'm sure that could come with us, no problem. It's kinda heavy, but maybe not. So we'll leave that there, attached to the ship. We'll keep that, we've got that, and I think that might be it. I don't think we can, maybe we can fit this, yeah. Doesn't weigh very much. Okay. Well, let's try this. Let's launch this real quick. And we're gonna check and see, hey, somebody liked the video, thank you. We're gonna check and see if we can run these experiments on Kerbin and whether or not this magnetic boom is going to mess us up too bad. It's slow to go out. Doesn't seem like the craft is tilting. What if we extend the legs? Kinda looks like maybe it moved a little. This matters because we're gonna be on a lot less gravity on the Mun, so I can't tell if that moved. I can't tell if it's going to do anything. Is it supposed to do anything other than that? I'll have to look more into that. Resource analysis performed. Atmosphere analysis. We'll keep that. Okay. So we can do something with that seismometer there. Kind of bummed about the magnet thing. It didn't do anything. It just extended out. What good is that? Alright, so we'll go back into here. We'll take another look at it, and if I can't figure out anything, we'll just send it. How about that? Science experiments. So we can run a magnetometer report. So maybe it just has to be run in space then. That's what we'll try. Okay. Well, that's all the stuff we can take. We've got 2 EVA kits, and we've already done all our EVA science, I think, around the mun. We just have to land there and do it, so we don't need to add any more parts. One thing that might not be a bad idea that I've just thought of is to take these landing legs, move them a little bit further down, just so I have a little bit more room. Oops. Okay. And we'll call this the mun / Minmus lander. What is this, number 4, number 3? Yep, this is number 4. And we're gonna drag this into the sub-assembly drop zone. Save that. Then we will rotate it around. Yep. Put it right there. We've done this a million times by now, so we're very good at this part. It's not the booster we want. What is... Okay. Perfect. So we want to open... Come on. Yep. We want to open... we could open the MCM Mark IV, yeah. Is everything all edited and fixed up? So we'll take the booster off. We'll then take this lander, throw it away. We'll take this lander, connect it. And we'll take some more struts. Yep. Ooh, actually no. Okay. That looks stupid, but that's fine. I think everything else is good to go. We'll close that. And I think we're happy here. Means we can take our booster, throw it back on. We've got plenty of fuel. None of the height or anything has changed, so we don't need to do anything there. We could have changed a lot of things, but we chose not to because there's really no need. Don't feel like building something brand new right now. Yep. We'll save this. Make it mark 5. Save. We're gonna leave here. And we're gonna go make sure we don't have any contracts that we need to do. Attach a new part to satellite. No, no. No, 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 no. Ugh. No, 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 no. Okay. Nothing for the month. Didn't I do this? I so did that. Alright, well, we're gonna certainly be doing that again. I don't know what the time limit is. We'll go to the launch pad. We'll launch this. We'll remove the engineer and put the scientist in. We've screwed that up so many times. It's not even funny. So we're gonna launch this. We're gonna do some science for the fun of it. Okay. I didn't really feel like going over the building of anything because if I actually build something, we're gonna be here all day. So I am sorry, I did not build anything. It's gonna have to be okay for now. But we're gonna go ahead and launch. I think, nope, staging is incorrect. We've got to move these down here because we want all 8 of our outside engines to fire at the same time. If we don't, we'll never get off the pad. So 3, 2, 1. And we are off on our first MUN landing mission of this save. Certainly not my first ever. I'm gonna go ahead and start pitching over now. I've done this so many times, I just know what I need to do. Not pitching over quite enough. I'm not pitching over quite enough. Is that enough? My heading is slightly off. I want it to be as close to 90 degrees as possible. It's very off. There we go. Good enough. We're going very, very fast. We can actually slow down a lot. I must have not set thrust limiters. I did. But usually I'm not this high up when I ditch the first couple boosters. I'm wondering why that is. Something's not right. Yep, I know what the problem is, but it's alright. I say it's alright. Is it really? We're at 100% throttle with this engine. So the problem we're having is this is not climbing. Our apoapsis is the highest point in our orbit. Oh, it's climbing now, I think. Yep, it's slowly starting to climb back up. Okay. Want to keep that time as close to a minute as we can right now. Our heading's perfect. Yep, okay. Let's back that off. So yeah, we wasted a lot of fuel. We've wasted a lot of fuel on our ascent. We're almost to orbital velocity. And we'll be fine. Honestly, we can afford to waste some fuel in this stage here. It's not that big a deal, but it's just kind of annoying because I thought I had it figured out. But something was wrong with the staging at the beginning. Alright, let's hurry this up. I like to keep the time below a minute, but we're kind of past that right now. We're high enough, it doesn't matter anymore to me. So we are just trying to get our apoapsis to 80 kilometers, and we've passed it. We're at 83. That's alright. Periapsis being the lowest point is at 50 kilometers. It will take next to nothing to pick it all up. Actually, let's not. We're gonna try and time warp here. So we get into space. Space is 70 kilometers. So not much further to go. Almost there. 68. 69. And we're there. Now our apoapsis will no longer change. It was changing constantly because of our still being in the atmosphere. We still had a little bit of drag. We're just gonna adjust this out, planning our maneuver. And we want, oh, there it flipped. Now we know that we're even. Golly, that's so close to being dead on too. Really small burn, 28.3 meters per second. We have 507 left. That's how we measure how much further we can go, I guess you can say. Burn time is 1 second, so that means the engine's only going to fire for 1 second at full throttle. We don't want that. We want it to be manageable. Yeah, 32 seconds is better. Much more manageable. There's another way we could do this. We could just aim prograde and burn very, very softly, keeping this time to reach at 1 second constantly. That takes all day, and I don't have all night, so. Our heading is annoyingly 1 degree off, so we'll have to fix that. We're late to the burn. It's okay. Ship is so big, it's hard to maneuver. There's only 1, maybe 2 reaction wheels on the thing. There's 2, and they're really small. This thing's really heavy. It's okay. The reaction wheels aren't anywhere where they're supposed to be either. They're supposed to be at your center of mass, and they aren't. And we're gonna kill it. Close enough. Okay. So here's how we go to the moon in KSP. I didn't mean to set that as target. We set the moon as our target. You can see we're 0.6 degrees off by the ascending and descending nodes. These nodes are only here, I believe, to tell me where I need to make a maneuver to align my orbit, make it the same as the moon, or whatever my target is. Doesn't have to be the moon. Oh my gosh. Once we see those 2 nodes start to move, yep. Oh, they just flipped. Okay. So now we know, with that right there, that we are right where we want to be. I think that's anti-normal. I could sit here and probably explain all these vectors all night. I'll go quick. This is our stability assist that just locks our direction of travel, which is this orange thing, where we're pointing the nose of the ship. That locks it wherever I want it to. Prograde is the direction of travel, so wherever the whole craft is heading. Oh, hey, burn. That's what prograde is. Retrograde is the opposite. Normal is, I believe, northward between prograde and retrograde. Radial in, or anti-normal is the opposite, is southward, I guess, down. It's the best way to put it. Radial out is away from the body you're orbiting. Radial in is, of course, towards the body you're orbiting. So we're zeroed out there on our inclination. Should be inclination is 0. 0 degrees. If you're going to somewhere like Minmus, I would have to make my orbit tilt and match, but we're not doing that this time. But it's not hard. This game's, I mean, it's difficult if you've never played before, but you know, once you play it a little bit, it's really not that hard. Once you understand the basics, like what all this stuff means, how to read this stuff, which I don't know what this is. Longitude of ascending node, okay. Argument of periapsis, I don't know what that means. I don't know what eccentricity means. Really know, I don't even use any of this stuff. All I care about is this, and I only really care about that because I look at it here. This highest point, time until we get there. Lowest point, time until we get there. period is our how long it will take to orbit whatever we're orbiting. This screen right here, this is how many meters per second total the vehicle has, which reminds me I need to deactivate these engines. I'll do that later. Thrust to weight ratio. That really only matters. I mean, it matters some while you're in space, but it really, really matters when you're trying to lift off from a place. Anyway, let's go back to the fun stuff, right? So this is an orbit. This is matched the inclination of the moon. I remember hearing this in a video about the Apollo missions. And of course, the Apollo missions are where we went to the moon. But I think the way they did it, and there was some math involved, it wasn't just like they winged it, but when you start to see the moon come over the horizon here, you would burn prograde, which is in the direction of our orbit right now. Maybe facing the rocket in these directions might help. Our prograde vector is the direction we're traveling, it's that way. But if we were to see the moon peek over the horizon, we would then burn prograde until we captured. It works. I've done it here. But we won't be... I wonder if it works for everything else. It certainly does not. But if we were to say, hey, where is that? You look at this map view, and when you see the moon start poking about, we know right about here is where we want to do our maneuver. So we'll test it out. If you want angles, well, there it is. Probably actually back it up a little bit, but that's where we want to go. And that's essentially where we're going. It's whatever the angle this is, 45 degrees, something similar to that. Maybe 40. But if we pull this and we watch this, we'll see that we get capture. I'm gonna pull this back. This is what I'd like to do. Yes. So now we're going to play with this until we get right behind the moon. We'll focus. Okay, never mind. So click this, go to here. So we can get this close, that's all we're gonna do. Instead of, how about this? Let's make this cheaper. Okay, it really doesn't affect how cheap it is. Oops. Going the wrong way. We want this closer. So we do have to burn prograde some. But we'd like to come in our lowest point to be there. I don't think we're gonna achieve that though. No. We won't. Can't get closer. That's dead on. Burning normal. Oops. Or radial doesn't do anything but get us. Radial gets us a little closer, but this is gonna get us exactly what we want. So let's warp to burn. We're gonna change the limiter. About 2 minutes. The reason we want about 2 minutes is because we want it to be real manageable. I don't want it to be so short that I screw it up somehow. Oh, let's deploy this also once we stop moving. Come on. Almost there. Oh, close enough. Okay. Turn on all our light. Oh no, not gear, lights. Turn on all our lights. Got a bunch of cool lights. What was I gonna do? I'm gonna keep that deactivated. Turn the thrust limiters down. Okay, this tells me I want to turn this up. Yep, that's good. Warp to burn. So we changed the amount of time until we got there. Okay. We're pointed in roughly the right direction. I'll show you what I mean about seeing the thing come over the horizon. So we'll probably start to see it once we start accelerating. Pull that up and leave that up there. So that way I can see how much electricity, and it's really just for the electricity. Gonna move this up. Face this blue icon. There we go. And we're just gonna go ahead and hit it now. Good enough. So we'll burn. This meter will run out, meaning that we've completed our burn. And we can stop accelerating. Look how fast we're going. I don't know what this is in miles per hour. Please don't ask. It's meters per second, so we can Google it and do the math. We are now traveling up. Not that it matters. And our big stage is out of fuel. Okay. Beautiful. I guess I could probably take these engines off since I don't know that I'm going to use them ever again. I put them on because I had 3. Hey, there's the moon right there. That's where we're going. I put them on because the first iteration of this whole deal had 3 smaller engines and they were a little too weak. So I put these bigger engines on and they're way too powerful. I didn't turn this one down for this particular maneuver, but I turned them down for Minmus. I turned that one down and I disabled the other 2, so. We're almost complete with our burn. Oops. Hey. Right there. We're gonna start backing this off. Look at our map view. For this part, reason why is because we want to see the line where we're projected to go show up. This is if we execute the maneuver perfectly. That's the plan. But the actual is right here, and it's changing as we speak. Turn that down a little bit. I can actually turn that off, and I just want this to read 10 kilometers. My cat wants to get up here and she can't. I won't let her. I moved to prograde right now. Get down, I said. Okay. That's exactly what I want. So now that we're in what we consider low space above Kerbin, which is our home planet here, now open our cargo bay and check out these new experiments. Can't do a seismic scan. We'll run a magnetometer report. Okay, so this is only done outside or in space. Wow. Great. We'll keep that. The surface scanning module only works on the surface. That's not going to work in space. Duh. So, won't be doing that on Kerbin right now. We're going to transfer the data. Oops. Yes, we're going to open this. I'm going to reselect our experiment. We're going to click on transfer data and transfer it to our box, our experiment storage box. And that's all the experiments, new experiments that we've brought. We're going to check everything else to make sure that we've done everything. We can still get some science by running our Science Junior, which we've done several times already, I think. So we've exhausted that experiment. We'll have to reset it. We'll observe our mystery goo, another experiment. There's 0.8 science points to be had, so I think we'll be having it. We'll do a crew report. Okay, we can't do a crew report anymore. So we'll collect all our experiments. We'll take Bob Kerman, our scientist, get him out of the ship there, tell him to let go. We'll have him do an EVA report. We've already done that. We'll have him shoot right over here. Grab the ladder. Oops, not that. Science Junior, restore. Okay, we can use our Science Junior again. Can use our goo again. He can let go. Turn our RCS back on. That's just his little jetpack there, so he can move around in space. We will. Oops. Get him down a little bit more. And we'll send him to his new pod. He said it was getting a little cramped in this one with Bob, our pilot, so we're going to send him over there. Turn the lights on. So now they're in separate pods. Oh, yes. Now then, we're going to Warp to here. As to quicken this process, this is all debris, all this stuff moving around right there. These lines are communication lines, just for satellites. We don't have good signal to the space center, but once we extend these relay antennas, you can see now that signal jumps up to perfect. Now we're high space above Kerbin, which means it's time to run reports again. So our magnetometer is going to get run again. High space over Kerbin. Okay, perfect. We're going to keep it. We can't run that, that's right. We can't run that until we're on the surface. I don't think we can... Yeah, we can't do our seismic scan. We can observe our goo again. We'll keep it. We can observe our Science Junior again. We'll keep it. We can try another crew report. We'll reset it. We will collect all data. Did I already keep? Apparently I did. That's good. So now that our experiments are done, we can reset them all. We're gonna EVA Bob. Oops. Hit spacebar. Make him let go. Oops. Tried to hit grab before he got too far away, and I missed it. So we'll have him reset our material study, reset our goo container, and then he can carry his happy little butt right back in there. Don't want anything bad happening to him. Oh, we'll run an EVA report. It's already been done. Oh, we're getting too far away. I get a little nervous when my crew is too far away from their ship. There we go. He's back in. Look how close we are now. Kerbin's still massive, and somehow I'm still missing it. There it is. Okay, that's where we came from. That's where we're going. So now what we're going to do is we're going to time warp to this point right here. It's only going to take an hour. We've only been on this mission for 5 minutes and counting. I'm sorry, 17 minutes, 5 hours and counting. 5 Kerbal hours, well, 5 real-time hours too, but now we're in high space over the Mun, which means we get to do our experiments again. We're going to run our magnetometer, see what it has to say. Ooh, well, that's a lot of science points. 90. And keep it. Can't run atmosphere analysis, can't scan. Yeah, too high it says. Tells me what biome we're in, that's good. Can't log seismic data. But we'll try and conduct a material study. We got a little bit from that. We've already done the goo and the material study multiple times. So there's no reason to expect that we're going to get anything different. Same with the crew report. We've run it once or twice. Collect all. Great. We got all the experiments. That's pulling back in. And now we're gonna send Bob out again. Can he do an EVA report? He can, but it doesn't yield anything. Again, we've done EVA reports and things enough. There's just nothing new to learn. So we will, oops, not that one. Restore our material study, restore our goo container. Space. Turn our reaction control on. Thought I was just gonna board, but good. Now the next thing to do is get a circular orbit around the Mun. We'll add a maneuver here. So we make that about 15 kilometers. That's close enough. We'll warp there. These are expensive burns. One minute, 8 seconds. Let's pitch retrograde so we can slow down. There it is. We're very close to the moon. This is about as close as we'll be getting before we land. Of course, we're gonna get closer when we land. And 25 seconds. Let's land this bad boy. This was much faster than the last mission we did that took like 3 hours. I think the actual landing part and coming home itself took 2 hours. Then there was the time to get there. Quite ridiculous. I'm ashamed of myself. Alright, we're gonna start our burn. And we're gonna bring it down. We have officially captured into the Mun's gravity. So we're here. We need to pitch over. Watch that. Cancel this. Retrograde. Slow ourselves down. There we go. All right. Let's tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna warp to here. Turn prograde. We're gonna burn ever so slightly just to pick that up to about 15 also. Yeah, that's good enough. Just want a nice even orbit. That's all. Alright, well, let's do our experiments for near the Mun. I don't think we've done this yet. Yep, we're near the Mun. Very interesting. Interesting little reads. Make sure we've done this. We have done this, but do it again because there's still a little bit of science, still a little bit to learn. That's how we're gonna put that. It's probably not worth trying these. Yeah, I didn't think so. You can really only do the temperature and the barometric pressure once. That's about all you're gonna get out of it. So I think that's all we can do. Can we do an atmos? We can't do that. Still too high. That can't be done. It probably can't be done at all on the Mun. There's no atmosphere to scan. We can't do that until we're landed, I believe. So I can actually probably take this off, because if it's not going to work on the surface of the Mun, I know it's not going to work on Minmus or anywhere that doesn't have an atmosphere. So let's collect all the data. Crew report. It's been done. We did this on our last mission because we actually did get a flyby on our way home. We will EVA report. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong part. EVA. There's nothing to do. We'll just leave him inside. We're not going to run our experiments again until we're touched down. So, next thing do is transfer Jebediah into there. Yes. Now everyone's in this pod. Then we're going to decide where we're going to land, and I'm thinking this crater right here. I don't want to land in the dark, so we're going to have to... Let's warp to here. Click the retrograde marker. Have orbit pulled up. Explain why in just a moment. Should be able to land in this crater. What I want to do now is warp to about here. Yeah. Let's warp there. Let's roll to about there. Our heading is 90 degrees, which is what we like. And we need to be retrograde, not prograde. So we get spun around, reorient ourselves. Ooh. Yeah, get back pointed in the right direction there. Okay, actually, prograde was the correct direction to be pointed in, because we're going to disconnect from this here, and actually, let's go radial in. Yep, we will. Undock. And We'll switch to this. We'll rename. We'll activate all engines. Turn them all up to 100. I think this is enough engine to make a landing. We'll flip prograde. Get our attitude adjusted. There we go. We're about to be flying over where we want to land soon. This is gonna be fun. Got a lot of velocity to kill off, and I don't know if we're gonna be able to do it actually. All right, quick save right here. There's our landing spot coming up. Time warp a little bit. Okay, and full throttle. I can tell you right now, I don't think we're gonna make it. We're gonna crash. Gonna have to extend our solar panels to recharge our batteries. They're about gone. We are not slowing down fast enough. We need bigger engines for a Munlander. Dang. Yeah, I can almost guarantee this isn't gonna work. I don't even know if we're going to be getting off this place. Thrust away to 240. We're at full. All engines at 100%. I just don't know. I don't know. We'll put our gear down. Let's hope this works. We're dang sure falling real quick. If we make it, it's gonna be barely. And then the question is, are we gonna make it back up? 4,000, 5,000 feet counting down quickly, very quickly. She's not gonna do it. "3,000 feet and dropping." That's so not accurate. There's no way. Oh yeah, we're crashing. We're crashing. We're gonna have to go back to launch and try this again. Oh man, oh man, oh no, 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 no. Everyone died. I don't know what that is. That sucks. Whew. Yeah. Okay. Well, we need to be going back to vehicle assembly because there's no point in reverting back. I know it's not going to work. So let's do this. Let's take the whole entire deal. Throw it away. We'll open our sub-assemblies tab. Pull out the lander. We know we're gonna need more Delta V. When I built this, I did not calculate for the MUN. That's the problem. So let me pull up my picture and my calculator and calculate this for a MUN landing and return. So we need 1,000. 1,160 for a touchdown from a 14-kilometer orbit. $1,160. Okay. So we want like 15 or 1,600 then. And I don't know why these engines aren't showing up. Yeah, the data's not coming up at all. It's annoying. That's why. Okay, so there's the problem. Thrust weight's kind of poor. 131 meters per second. That's just not good. I'm still confused. We'll take those engines, throw them away, we'll get new engines. We're gonna need more fuel, it seems. So we're just gonna scrap this whole thing. Okay. So let's start out with the pods. We could use this one. It's got some liquid fuel. It's got some RCS thrusters. That's where everyone gets in and out. This is where we can put a docking port. but I don't know if that's what I want to use. It does hold two. I do have other things like this lander can. I can no longer delete. Thank you. The lander can will hold people. That is for sure. This is the Mark 1 lander can. It holds one person though. So I don't really want a one-person lander can. Could put our module on the top of it. Then it would hold two people. But I'm thinking that's going to be a no. This weighs 1.327 tons, 0.566, 0.1332. So, wow, this is not as heavy as this. So I could have this big one, which actually might be kind of nice. So let's do that. Let's start with the big one. Holds two people. Alright, so then we will get our service bay, 2.5 meter, service bay, point 0.3 tons versus that smaller around, which isn't the worst thing in the world. Okay, so that'll work for me. Can I put stuff on top? I can. I can mount stuff on top if I wanted. We'll mount the docking port on top. Let's go ahead and do that. That's under coupling, docking port junior. Should not be 4 of them though. There we go. I tell you what if we put a fuel tank on the top of it? That one's not quite big enough. Not quite big enough. Not big enough. Get something structural maybe. Hey, that's actually nice. And we can put our docking port on that, I think. Even though it's smaller, it certainly looks better. We can look for a fuel tank to put on the end of that, though. Oh, that's the fuel tank that would have worked. That's a lot of weight. Let's just stick engines on it now and see what it does. Let's put the spark on it and see what we get. Oh, God! That's too much fuel. There's no way. Back to you we go. We get the docking port. And the only reason we're putting this on top is just so it looks a little nicer. Docking port. Perfect. Okay, so let's pack this thing full of stuff. Thinks we're gonna need a ladder, but we'll get to that in a second. Fuel tanks. That fuel tank is too big. Is it a big fuel tank? And we'll get our tiny little baby engine. That's so much Delta V. We need like 1,500 to 2,000. I'm having trouble. So I wonder. Wonder how heavy lead is where it's okay. Oh man. Could tuck some fuel tanks up under, maybe. Yeah, let's do that. So if I did something like that, for instance, our weight right now is 1.915. We'll call that 2 tons. So let's see how much we add to that 2 tons after we put a fuel load on it. We did something like that. Got our engine. $2,300, so just fuel, that's 2.863. Then we get our big fuel tank here. Yeah, so the smaller amounts really pay off. .4 our engine that makes 2,000 just like we want. Thrust weight of 270 should be fine. Okay, so if that's the entire thing, pretty small. But we still have to load it with stuff, so we know that fuel arrangement's a lot less weight, so we're going to start stacking this thing with experiments. Does have reaction wheels 15. And that's also 15. That's 5. Okay, so it's got reaction wheels plenty. Won't need to add any, but we will need to add some batteries. Just gonna get out our science experiments first. I think science. Okay, we don't need that. The scanning arm is a no. Can't run the scanning arm, we already determined. And this is why. That's why. It needs to be mounted on something that sticks out. Since we don't have that. I wonder if it can be mounted on the magnet thingy. We'll try. Nope. It's not mountable on the magnet thingy. We do want the magnet thingy though. They want a science junior. That can actually probably be put inside. Okay, so we'll get a goo unit. Just one goo unit, please. Goo unit placed. I don't know if we're going to be able to use this or not, but we'll put it on. Slap her on the Science Junior there. I've put the magnet thing. Yeah, I could put the magnet thing inside, so actually take that off. Have the magnetometer there. I guess I could put the goo on the Science Junior also. Yeah, let's actually do that. Put our goo unit there. Thermometer. Our barometer. Actually put this stuff on the other side. Just to make it a little neater. Easier to get to. Do want a surface scanning module. So we'll try that. Hopefully that'll work where it is. I don't think we can do this. Survey scanner. Orbital. And that we can't use. Okay. Yep. Pretty happy with this. Okay, so now we're going to some electrical items. This 400 battery here. Beautiful. It should be all we need. We'll get some solar panels going. Two of those should actually be just fine. That way they don't stick out real far. Okay, so now it's time for some lighting. Oh, and our ladder. I think that's all the ladders we have. We do have another one of these. A seismometer. We need to build a base too. We're not gonna really bother with that. We'll do all that another time. Take some EVA kits though. Okay. We could plaster this on the side. It really doesn't want to get stuck there. Oh, okay, that's fine. Won't worry about that now. What we will worry about is got all our science antennas. This antenna's plenty for what we're trying to do, and we're probably not even going to be transmitting anything, so we probably don't even need it. I'm actually just gonna put this antenna on. Nice. Okay, so landing legs are next. I believe we don't need any aerodynamics. We need landing legs though. I think we'll go for some struts. way for him to get down. Single solar panel there, that should be fine. And we'll make him a little ladder. With these right here. I'll help him get down. Give something bigger to grab onto, and I think we're done here. Got a docking port. Can't think of anything else we're gonna need. Structural, no. Lights! Open this back up. Put our lights. There we go. Lights up everything nicely. Okay. And then let's get a illuminator Mark 1. We'll spin it around the correct way. That's not going to point the way I want it to, so we'll get rid of it. Some spotlights going. Six-way symmetry going on, and we'll angle them out. Okay. Great. That's all I can think of that we're gonna need. Hey, Dylan, what's up, man? You made it in Sonic 12. Thanks for checking it out. You're doing good, man, he said. I appreciate that, but if you were here about 40 minutes ago, you would see I'm certainly not doing good. I'm so sorry this is taking so long. It shouldn't be, but it is. So now we're gonna save this to sub-assemblies. We're gonna reroute, make this our root part. Mun Lander Mark 1. Okay, now we're gonna take and throw that away. Now open. Trying to find our, yeah, this one. That's not what I I wanted there, but that's okay. We will now be taking our Munlander Mark 1, sticking there. Alright, let's look at something. Okay, so if we take our Miss Lander Mark 3, this was what we used before. 17.135 tons total. We take this big boy. That doesn't increase it that much, so we'll be fine. Then we're gonna take this booster. There we go. Oddly enough, it's about the same height. Alright. Well, we are free to fire it off. Feels like all this too. Alright, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get this done. Need to get this done. Oh, I just remembered we had staging issues earlier, so we'll take and we'll fix this and make sure that everything's good to go. Pull this down. We don't have fuel lines anymore, do we? Yeah, fuel lines run into there. Like they should. I'm honestly not sure. Okay. We'll fire it off and we'll begin our climb. Hopefully we'll do it better this time around. We'll start pitching over. Laying over a little too quickly. Come on now. That's better. Alright, yeah. Laid down too fast. And now it's having trouble holding the vector. That's okay. We've done sloppy orbits, sloppy launches with this in the past, so this is no different. No throttle down. Not until we get up higher. What is that? There we go. Something isn't right. Actually, yeah, we can stay on the prograde. Actually, we can throttle down. Oh my lord. Alright, that's gonna have to be good enough. Trying to make sure my heading stays at 90 degrees. Okay. Bringing our time to apoapsis back down where we want it to be. Back on a 90-degree heading. Like I should be. Very sloppy launch. This is worse than I've had previously, and maybe I know what the problem is. Forgot to strut the lander. Oh, just gonna go up and up and up. Slow down. Let's physics warp. Perfect. Okay. What's it gonna cost me to circularize? Very little. Time warp to burn. Stage here. Lights on. Oh, nice. We can see our little lander legs really good. I like how that's all wiggling right there. That was a lot of our problem, I think, coming up. All this wiggle stuff. Hopefully it'll stop soon once we ditch the big stage. Okay, we got some experiments to do, so let's do them. Run this. Keep it. Conduct our study. Keep it. Conduct our mystery goo. Keep it. Transfer crew. And we took Bill. Okay. Yep. We're gonna have to call this for the night. We took the wrong guy. The wrong guy. Oh my gosh. We're supposed to take our, not our engineer, but our scientist. So that was a good stream, right? We did not land on the Mun, unfortunately. But we'll do it next time because I'm done. It's late and I'm not doing this again. Thanks for watching, everybody. Peace out. We'll catch you next time.